Discover chilling Japanese urban legends, from the haunting cowhead to the eerie Teke Teke. Delve into bone-chilling tales that blur the line between myth and truth. Some of the scariest Japanese urban legends, like those in this bone-chilling list, are intertwined with reality. Whether from cautionary tales, mysterious occurrences, or eerie happenings, these legends possess a disturbing semblance of truth. More than just Japanese ghosts and monsters, urban legends' creepiness, strangeness, and unnerving plausibility leave an indelible mark of fear on those who dare to delve into their depths. The Cowhead. The legend of Gozu, the Cowhead, instills fear in all who dare to hear its complete tale. The story is believed to bring dire consequences to those who listen in full, from blackouts and violent shakes to death itself. This terror has led storytellers to share only fragments, offering only a haunting glimpse. Rumors tell of an elementary school teacher who discovered the original Cowhead story, leading to a spine-tingling encounter during a school trip. As the teacher recounted the tale of Gozu, what began as amusement quickly turned into silence, with students gripped by curiosity and fear. The air grew colder as the eerie story unfolded, sending shivers down the listeners' spines. Some felt an icy chill crawl down their backs, while others fidgeted nervously, unable to shake off the unsettling atmosphere. Even after the trip, a lingering unease remained, leaving an unsettling mark on their memories. The myth turned sinister in some retellings, with students experiencing sudden blackouts or meeting tragic ends. The actual myth follows a bovine-human hybrid, reminiscent of a minotaur who met a gruesome fate at the hands of desperate villagers who resorted to cannibalism. The curse he unleashed was so potent that merely reading about his story could drive one to madness and eventual death. Man-Dog. Picture a moonlit night, a lonely alley, and the sudden appearance of a creature with a dog's body but a human face staring back at you with eyes that pierce through the darkness, a sight that would make even the bravest hearts skip a beat. The Jinmenken, or human-faced dog, is a creature from Japanese urban legends that has fascinated people for generations. The legend describes these eerie beings as having the bodies of dogs, but the faces of humans. They are often depicted as haunting deserted places or appearing unexpectedly to terrify unsuspecting individuals. The origins of the Jinmenken legend can be traced back to Japan's history of sideshow exhibitions known as misamono shows. These exhibitions featured deformed animals and human anomalies. It is believed that sightings of deformed or poorly taxidermied dogs with human-like facial features contributed to the creation of the Jinmenken myth. Over time, as these exhibitions faded into obscurity, the Jinmenken evolved through oral storytelling and popular culture, becoming a prominent figure in Japanese folklore and urban legends. The eerie combination of familiar yet unsettling features, such as a dog's body with a human face, continues to fuel ghost stories in contemporary times. The Teke Teke Phantom. Imagine going to a deserted bathroom. You venture towards a stall when suddenly you hear the sound of nails scratching on the floor, teke teke, and a voice hisses at you. "Where are my legs?" Your disbelieving eyes turn to the source of the sound, widening in terror as they take in the severed half-body of a woman crawling towards you with a blade in her hand. The Teke Teke legend is an onryo, vengeful spirit, accidentally or deliberately cut in half. The details may vary, but the core narrative involves a ghost of the woman's upper body haunting locations like bathrooms or train stations, asking about her missing lower half and killing them for wrong answers, in the same way she was. The phantom's existence is tied to the tragic fate of a woman who met her untimely end on train tracks, severed in half by the unforgiving force of a speeding train, a warning and likely the origin of the story. The phantom's name, Teke Teke, likely comes from the onomatopoeic sound associated with the creature's movement. In Japanese, Teke Teke is an onomatopoeic expression used to describe a tapping or scratching sound akin to footsteps or nails on a surface. This chilling sound mirrors the phantom's eerie noise as she drags her torso across the floor, inching closer to her unsuspecting victims. Kisaragi Station. Falling asleep is commonplace on Japanese trains. Most people have nothing more to worry about than waking up in a compromising position. However, some might find themselves in mysterious, alien places. Kisaragi Station, a common feature in these stories, traps victims in a bizarre limbo where they can contact the outside world but can't escape. People report being plagued by noises and feeling watched by something monstrous. The story originates from a series of online chat forum 2chan posts. A woman, Hasumi, was asking for help after falling asleep on a train and getting off at the unfamiliar Kisaragi station. Finding the station unattended, she tried to follow the tracks back. Her posts grew increasingly surreal and disturbed, describing being tormented with bells and drums like an unwelcome participant in a horrific festival. In her final posts, she met a man who appeared normal but began to increasingly speak in a twisted language, making her flee and try to hide. There were no other posts. Howling Inunaki Tunnel. The true mystery of Inunaki Village is whether or not it ever existed. Rumors of it have persisted in Japan and online since the 1990s. Supposedly located deep in the Inunaki countryside of Kyushu's Fukuoka prefecture, this abandoned village is said to only be accessible through Inunaki Tunnel. The stories say that all who enter the village are doomed to a violent death. These myths and tales also seem to mention that there is some sort of official sign stating the Japanese constitution is not in effect passed here, meaning all who enter are on their own to face the real or supernatural horrors that await. The tales, however, were likely inspired by a brutal murder that actually took place in Inunaki Tunnel. The tunnel, being remote and rarely used by traffic, was a popular spot for gangs. One afternoon in December 1988, a group of teens kidnapped, robbed, and tortured 20-year-old Umeyama Koichi before burning the young man alive deep within the tunnel. Today, Inunaki Tunnel, or Howling Dog Tunnel in Japanese, is considered one of the most haunted places in Japan. Large concrete bricks block its entrance, though adventurers manage to get in regardless. Locals say electronic devices and even their cars often break down around the tunnel, and the sounds of barking dogs and ghastly screams emanate from deep inside the tunnel. The legend of the tunnel and village were even inspirations for the 2020 film Howling Village. aka Manto. aka Manto, Red Cloak, meets victims when they are most vulnerable, on the toilet. He wears a white mask and a long red cape. There are many variations to the legend. He holds red and blue toilet paper in some stories, but he's only in his cape in others. However, he always asks the victim to choose a color, red or blue. Like Japan's slit-faced woman asking, "Am I pretty?" It doesn't matter what you answer because aka Manto kills you regardless. Choosing red rewards you with a stabbing spilling your blood all over the stall. If you answer blue, aka Manto either suffocates you or sucks out your blood, leaving you blue-faced and dead on the floor. So your best bet is to either ignore the fiend or run away. This legend is popular enough to appear in numerous films, video games, and the 2015 American TV series Scream Queens. Some believe aka Manto is based on a real-life murderer named Aogedo, Blue Blanket, in Fukui Prefecture from 1906, but that is yet another urban legend. Aka Manto's origins are a mystery, but are likely inspired by the Japanese school toilets where the grisly murders occur. In Japan, every English teacher can attest to being in an eerily large yet empty school with a bathroom furthest away from the others, old and unkempt. Moreover, who wants to answer questions while trying to take a number 2? If you enjoy this type of content and would like to see more of it and support the channel, feel free to subscribe and turn on notifications.